Women only think they want us to be ourselves because they don't know how wretched we actually are.
That's facts, Richard, but we're not here to discuss that at this moment. We're gonna see how many crimes you committed.
Richard, are you sure this is a good idea?
Of course, honey! I said I'd use it, didn't I?
It's illegal to move a boat around like this, unless you're transporting a boat in a trailer with a truck or a car. Also, I don't think a boat would even be operational if you just put it up on the road. Regardless, Richard will get charged for this.
How far away is the sea?
Oh, about 100 miles.
The boat is doing severe damage to the road, as you can see right here. And damaging just a small portion of the asphalt will come with significant fines and potential jail time as well. But going by what Richard said right here, it's assumed that they made 100 miles worth of damage to the road, so Richard will get charged with...
Move it closer, honey! Ooh.
If you reach out of the car of the window like Richard did right here, you will definitely get charged with one of two crimes: reckless driving or endangering the safety of others. For reckless driving, the passenger's actions have to pose a significant risk to themselves or others on the highway, while for endangering the safety of others, the passenger's actions have to directly cause harm to another person. In this case, I think that reckless driving is the most likely charge, as Miss Simeon didn't directly get hurt from this action. While in 2023, jaywalking was decriminalized in California, where the amazing world of Gumball takes place, this does mean that Richard won't get charged, because the episode itself came out in 2011, so we can assume that the events took place in the same year as well. So Richard will get charged with...
The greatest department store in the world, where everything is free! So, anything new?
Richard here takes Gumball to a landfill to look for clothes, but you're not allowed to walk in a landfill without the proper credentials or permissions, so Richard in this case is...
I didn't hear you complaining when I gave you that sweater.
What? My favorite sweater came out of the dump?
You are gonna look smashing.
Also, you're not allowed to take anything from a landfill either.
What shall we do with these guys?
Well, I think the responsible thing to do would be to drive them home and tell their parents what they've done.
Richard, along with his family, have essentially kidnapped and tied 4 kids, which are just 12 years old, might I add, and put them in the trunk of the car. Naturally, Richard is an accomplice to the crime, as he is one of the 2 adults who are committing this crime, and therefore they will get the highest punishment out of them all.
Ah! The ghost! He's about to attack the children! Ah! This is for attacking my kids! And this is for my sausage!
While Richard is trying to protect his kids in this scene, it seems likely that he will get charged. That being said, on assault cases, a lot of other factors can influence the charge and penalties. For example, normally this would be a case of aggravated assault. However, since Richard is unaware that Mr. Gaylord is hidden under the blanket rather than a ghost, which is what he thinks at this moment, I think the charge would go down from aggravated assault to...
Okay, guys! I want a good, clean race! Anyone opening their eyes is disqualified! On your mark, get set, wait for it, go!
This is all your fault, Richard. And 6 kids ended up in the hospital.
Richard seems to be in charge of taking care of the 6 people that Nicole mentioned right here. That being said, Rock is an adult, so technically there's only 5 kids involved, for which Richard will get a charge for each of them.
And look at you now! Dating a girl!
Don't let the looks deceive you. Tina is just 12 years old and she's not wearing a seatbelt, so Richard will get...
Easy, pal. Now, I'm opening the register. No, no, no! So now, I'm going to take what you owe us. See my hand? Slowly, slowly.
Wait, isn't that like stealing?
Gumball is right, that is like stealing. As a matter of fact, it's something more than that. Richard is using intimidation to commit a robbery on the store. And now, since technically this does fall under felony, as there is no such thing as misdemeanor robbery, Richard will get a high charge, regardless of the fact that a small amount was stolen and that there was no one harmed.
I would like to return these shoes, please.
Unfortunately, sir, you seem to have filled them with baked beans.
I did nothing of the sort, sir!
Intentionally misrepresenting the condition of a product to obtain a benefit such as a refund is a crime. Though Richard does fail and Larry catches on to his schemes, and even if it went through, the damage wouldn't really be too high, he's gonna get a misdemeanor rather than a felony.
Prepare to get wet.
What the what?
This is a pretty serious offense, as if the prank actually would have worked, chances are that Gumball and Darwin could have ended up at best badly injured. Good thing it didn't work though. Anyways, this would be...
Dad, I think you need to take the handbrake off.
Good idea!
Dad, you're in reverse.
Correct! Let's walk!
It seems like there was no one inside these cars, which is a good thing for Richard because if there was any injuries involved, this would move this charge up from a misdemeanor to a felony. Anyways, as it stands, this is a misdemeanor.
Insufficient scanning speed.
Hey, come back here! You didn't pay for that!
This is not considered a proper way to pay for goods in a supermarket, so Richard technically left the store without paying.
You didn't pay for that!
And hitting someone with coins is also a crime, so in the attempt to make up for his first crime, Richard committed a second one. Alright, so these are all the crimes that Richard Watterson has committed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, if you want to help me make content in exchange for a shout out at the end of the videos, make sure to join my Discord.